From the skies above to the battlefields below, military drones are transforming modern warfare. But how do these incredible machines operate? Join us as we explore the most amazing military drones and the technology that powers them. What we're witnessing today isn't just technological advancement, it's a fundamental shift in how nations project power, gather intelligence, and conduct warfare. These unmanned systems represent the convergence of decades of innovation in aerospace engineering, artificial intelligence, and communications technology. They've moved from experimental curiosities to the backbone of modern military operations, offering unprecedented precision and reach, fundamentally altering the strategic calculus of conflict. The implications extend far beyond the battlefield. We're looking at a technology that's reshaping international relations, military doctrine, and even our understanding of sovereignty itself. When a drone can strike a target thousands of miles away, operated by someone sitting in a control room in Nevada, we're dealing with warfare that transcends traditional geographic boundaries, raising complex ethical questions. The story of military drones begins not with today's sophisticated Reapers and global Hawks, but with humble radio-controlled target drones of the 1930s. Primarily for gunnery practice, these early aerial vehicles were simple. The U.S. Navy's Special Attack Unit No. 1 Inch even experimented with modified target drones for offensive purposes in World War II, but they were rudimentary, often one-way and primitive compared to what followed. The real breakthrough came during the Cold War. The Vietnam conflict saw the first operational use of unmanned surveillance aircraft, the Ryan Model 147 Firefly series. Launched from modified cargo aircraft and recovered by helicopter, these drones conducted vital reconnaissance over North Vietnam and China. This represented a crucial capability, gathering intelligence without risking pilot lives in heavily defended airspace. But the technology remained limited by its era. Rudimentary communication systems meant drones completed pre-programmed missions, returning with film canisters. Real-time intelligence was impossible, severely delaying critical decisions. Navigation relied on inertial systems that could drift, leading to inaccuracies. The transformation accelerated in the 1990s with the convergence of key technologies. GPS provided precise navigation. Satellite communications enabled real-time control and data transmission. Miniaturized sensors offered unprecedented surveillance. Crucially, computing power advances made it possible to process and transmit vast data in real-time, fundamentally changing capabilities. The MQ-1 Predator, first flown in 1994, represented this convergence. Originally for surveillance, it could loiter over targets for hours, transmitting live video feeds to operators thousands of miles away. The 2001 edition of Hellfire missiles fundamentally transformed it from a passive observer into an active, lethal participant, marking a pivotal moment. This evolution reflects a broader trend in military technology, the shift from platform-centric to network-centric warfare. Modern drones aren't just flying machines, they're integral nodes in a vast information network. This network includes satellites, ground stations, intelligence analysts, and decision-makers, enabling unprecedented speed and precision. When we examine reconnaissance drones, we're looking at systems that have fundamentally changed how military intelligence is gathered and processed. They've moved us from episodic snapshots to continuous, real-time awareness, fundamentally reshaping the battlefield. The MQ-1 Predator, despite being overshadowed by its more powerful successor, remains a paradigm-shifting platform that demonstrated the strategic value of persistent surveillance. The Predator's capabilities seem modest by today's standards: a maximum altitude of 25,000 feet, endurance of up to 24 hours, and a relatively simple sensor package. But these specifications miss the revolutionary aspect: the ability to maintain continuous, unblinking observation while transmitting real-time intelligence globally. Traditional reconnaissance required expensive, vulnerable manned aircraft or satellites with predictable orbital patterns, offering only fleeting glimpses. The Predator could loiter undetected over a target for an entire day, meticulously building a comprehensive, evolving picture of enemy activities. This persistent surveillance capability proved invaluable in counter-terrorism operations, where understanding enemy networks required patient observation over extended periods. Modern reconnaissance drones carry highly sophisticated multispectral imaging systems that can see in visible light, infrared, and other electromagnetic spectrum simultaneously. They can detect heat signatures, track vehicles with precision, and even identify individuals through advanced facial recognition algorithms. The Global Hawk represents the next evolution in reconnaissance drones. With an operational altitude of 60,000 feet and endurance exceeding 30 hours, it can survey an area the size of South Korea in a single, uninterrupted mission. Its synthetic aperture radar can penetrate dense weather and darkness, while its electro-optical sensors can identify objects as small as a few inches. Modern reconnaissance drones don't just collect raw information, they analyze it in real time using powerful artificial intelligence algorithms. They can automatically identify vehicles, buildings, and even specific individuals, flagging changes in patterns or the appearance of high-value targets. This pre-processed, actionable intelligence is then distributed almost instantly to commanders, analysts, and operators across the military network. Persistent surveillance creates what military theorists call the unblinking eye, the unprecedented ability to maintain continuous awareness of enemy activities. This fundamentally alters military operations, making it extremely difficult for adversaries to mass forces or conduct surprise attacks without immediate detection. The MQ-9 Reaper represents a quantum leap in unmanned combat capability, transforming drones from passive observers into active participants in kinetic operations. With a maximum takeoff weight of 10,500 pounds and the ability to carry up to 3,750 pounds of ordnance, the Reaper bridges surveillance and strike missions. The Reaper can carry various weapon systems, from the precision-guided Hellfire missile to the larger GBU-12 Paveway 2 laser-guided bomb. But the real innovation lies in its ability to prosecute targets with unprecedented precision, minimizing collateral damage. Modern combat drones employ the kill chain, a process beginning with target identification and ending with battle damage assessment. Advanced sensors track multiple targets simultaneously, while onboard computers calculate optimal engagement parameters including wind speed and target movement. The human operator retains ultimate authority over weapons release, but the drone systems provide comprehensive situational awareness impossible for traditional pilots. Combat drones enable nations to project lethal force without deploying troops or risking pilot lives. This fundamentally alters the political calculus of military intervention. Operations politically unacceptable due to casualty risks become feasible when conducted by unmanned systems. However, this capability raises profound ethical and legal questions. Conducting lethal operations from thousands of miles away challenges traditional concepts of warfare. When a drone strike is conducted by an operator in Nevada against a target in Yemen, which nation's airspace has been violated, the precision of modern combat drones creates new tactical possibilities. The ability to eliminate specific individuals while leaving surrounding structures unharmed. This has proven particularly valuable in counter-terrorism operations, where the goal is often to disrupt enemy networks rather than destroy territory. But precision comes with its own challenges. The availability of precise weapons creates pressure to use them, potentially lowering the threshold for military action. Some analysts argue that the ease of drone operations has led to an expansion of conflict into areas where traditional military action would be unacceptable. The psychological impact on operators deserves consideration. Unlike traditional pilots, drone operators experience what researchers call moral injury. Many operators struggle with the disconnect between their suburban lives and their role in combat operations thousands of miles away. The K-MAX unmanned cargo helicopter represents a less glamorous but equally revolutionary application of drone technology. Military logistics, the science of moving supplies, equipment, and personnel, has always been the often overlooked but absolutely critical foundation of successful military operations. It is, quite simply, the lifeblood of any campaign. Now, cargo drones are fundamentally transforming this essential aspect of warfare. Traditional military logistics in contested environments requires significant resources and accepts substantial risks. This often comes at a tremendous cost, both in terms of human lives and financial resources. Convoy operations in Afghanistan, for example, required extensive security details and remained highly vulnerable to improvised explosive devices and ambush attacks. Every convoy was a potential target, demanding significant manpower and resources for protection. The ability to deliver supplies by unmanned aircraft eliminates many of these inherent risks, while drastically reducing the logistical footprint required to support forward-deployed forces. The K-MAX, a prime example of this innovation, can carry up to 6,000 pounds of cargo and operate autonomously using pre-programmed flight paths. During its deployment in Afghanistan, it conducted over 2,000 autonomous missions, delivering more than 4.5 million pounds of cargo to forward operating bases. This remarkable achievement not only ensured vital supplies reached their destination, but also significantly reduced the exposure of personnel to danger, freeing up troops for other critical missions. These operations were conducted without a single loss of aircraft or cargo, unequivocally demonstrating the reliability and safety of unmanned logistics systems. But the implications extend far beyond simple cargo delivery. Unmanned logistics systems enable new operational concepts that would be impossible with traditional methods. This fundamentally alters the calculus of military operations, allowing for greater agility and reach. Forward operating bases can be established and sustained in locations that would be too dangerous or logistically challenging for conventional supply operations. Imagine establishing a temporary forward base deep within enemy territory, sustained entirely by autonomous resupply, without the telltale signs of traditional logistics. Special operations forces can be supported in remote locations without revealing their positions through regular, predictable supply flights. The technology also enables just-in-time logistics, the ability to deliver specific supplies exactly when and where they're needed. Advanced inventory management systems can automatically trigger supply missions when stockpiles reach predetermined levels. This reduces the need for large, centralized supply depots that present attractive, vulnerable targets for enemy forces. By decentralizing and automating supply, cargo drones enhance survivability and operational flexibility. Autonomous cargo drones also offer distinct advantages in contested airspace. Their small size and ability to fly at low altitudes make them incredibly difficult to detect and engage by enemy air defenses. Unlike manned aircraft, they can be programmed to take evasive action automatically when threatened, without risking human lives. This capability is a game changer, allowing for critical resupply even when air superiority is not guaranteed, and preserving valuable manned aircraft for higher priority combat roles. The civilian applications of military cargo drone technology are already becoming apparent. Companies like Amazon and UPS are actively developing delivery drones based on these military innovations. The same technologies that enable autonomous supply missions in combat zones are being adapted for commercial package delivery, rapid medical supply distribution, and crucial disaster relief operations. This translates to faster, more efficient, and often more cost-effective delivery solutions, especially in remote or difficult-to-access areas. Looking forward, we can expect to see larger, more capable cargo drones that can deliver heavier payloads over longer distances. Some concepts envision unmanned cargo aircraft capable of delivering vehicles, heavy equipment, and even temporary structures to establish forward operating bases in contested territory. This vision points to a future where military forces can project power and sustain operations in environments previously deemed inaccessible or too hazardous, fundamentally reshaping the battlefield and strategic planning. The Perdix drone swarm system represents perhaps the most revolutionary development in unmanned warfare, the ability to deploy large numbers of small coordinated drones that can overwhelm enemy defenses through sheer numbers and coordinated action. This marks a profound shift from individual platforms to a collective, adaptable intelligence. Each Perdix drone is remarkably small, about the size of a small bird, but when deployed in swarms of dozens or hundreds, they create capabilities that no single large drone can match, offering incredible resilience. The swarm operates using distributed artificial intelligence, with each drone making autonomous decisions while coordinating with its neighbors to achieve collective objectives. The tactical implications are staggering. Traditional air defense systems are designed to engage large, expensive targets like fighter aircraft or cruise missiles. They're simply not optimized to deal with swarms of small, cheap drones attacking simultaneously from multiple directions. To truly understand modern military drones, we must examine the remarkable convergence of technologies that bring these unmanned systems to life. At their core, every advanced drone is a sophisticated integration of cutting-edge sensors, robust communication networks, precise navigation tools, and intelligent control systems. These components work in seamless concert, forging capabilities that, in many critical respects, now surpass those of traditional manned aircraft, defining the drone revolution. Precise navigation forms a crucial foundation. Modern military drones primarily leverage GPS for pinpoint accuracy. However, recognizing vulnerabilities, they integrate resilient inertial navigation systems to track position when GPS is jammed or unavailable. Advanced platforms employ terrain-following radar for stealthy, low-altitude flight and visual navigation algorithms that identify landmarks against preloaded maps, enabling operations in GPS-denied environments. The drone's eyes and ears are its advanced sensor suite. Modern drones are equipped with multispectral imaging systems, perceiving the world far beyond human sight. They operate across the electromagnetic spectrum, from high-resolution visible light and thermal infrared sensors detecting heat signatures to synthetic aperture radar that can penetrate clouds, smoke, and even camouflage. Many also carry signals intelligence or LiDAR for comprehensive situational awareness. The sheer volume of raw data collected by these sensors demands impressive processing capabilities. Drones are flying data centers, generating enormous streams of high-definition video, radar imagery, and signals intelligence. Onboard supercomputers process this deluge in real time, automatically identifying targets, tracking movements, and flagging anomalies. Advanced systems leverage AI and machine learning algorithms to rapidly recognize specific vehicle types, buildings, or even individuals, accelerating decision-making for human teams. Communication systems are the drone's vital link, enabling real-time control and instantaneous data transmission. Military drones rely on robust satellite communication links, providing global coverage and allowing operators to command aircraft from thousands of miles away. These links must be meticulously secured against interception, electronic eavesdropping, and aggressive jamming, necessitating multi-layered security protocols, including advanced encryption and dynamic frequency hopping technologies. Perhaps the most revolutionary aspect lies within the sophisticated control systems. Modern military drones are far more than remote-controlled aircraft. They are highly intelligent, semi-autonomous systems. They can execute complex missions with minimal human intervention, from automated takeoff and precise navigation to target areas, to conducting intricate surveillance or precision strike missions, and finally, returning safely to base. Human operators provide high-level strategic guidance, while the aircraft's onboard intelligence handles routine flight operations autonomously. Powering these advanced machines presents continuous engineering challenges. While larger drones use conventional turbofan or turboprop engines, electric propulsion is rapidly gaining prominence for smaller tactical systems. Though current battery technology limits endurance, electric drones offer compelling advantages: near-silent operation and significantly reduced infrared signatures, crucial for stealth and survivability. Research into hybrid electric systems and alternative power sources like hydrogen fuel cells promises even greater future flexibility. The seamless integration of all these disparate systems is orchestrated by incredibly sophisticated software. This is the drone's digital brain, running millions of lines of complex code. It must flawlessly coordinate every subsystem, from basic flight control and sensor management to advanced mission planning and real-time execution. This intricate software ensures not only the drone's operational effectiveness, but also its inherent safety, adapting to dynamic environments and unforeseen circumstances. Finally, cybersecurity represents an absolutely critical concern. Military drones are, at their core, flying computers intricately connected to global communication networks. This connectivity makes them prime targets for sophisticated hacking attempts, malicious malware, and debilitating electronic warfare attacks. Protecting these assets requires multiple, robust layers of security, including heavily encrypted communications and isolated control systems designed to operate independently if network connections are compromised. The control centers where military drones are operated represent a fascinating intersection of human decision-making and artificial intelligence. These facilities, often located thousands of miles from the aircraft they control, demonstrate how modern warfare has profoundly transcended traditional geographic limitations, enabling global reach. A typical drone control station resembles a sophisticated video game setup more than a traditional aircraft cockpit. Multiple high-definition screens display live video feeds, sensor data, maps, and communication interfaces. The pilot sits in an ergonomic chair, using joysticks and keyboards to control aircraft that might be flying over Afghanistan, while the operator sits safely in Nevada. But the human operator is just one part of a complex system that increasingly relies on artificial intelligence to process information and make recommendations. Modern military drones generate far more data than human operators can process in real time. AI systems continuously analyze video feeds, identify potential targets, track movements, and flag anomalies that require immediate human attention. The integration of AI into drone operations represents a careful balance between automation and human control. Current systems are designed to enhance human decision-making rather than replace it. AI can identify potential targets and calculate optimal engagement parameters, but human operators retain ultimate authority over weapons release and other critical decisions. Machine learning algorithms enable drones to improve their performance over time. They can learn to recognize specific types of vehicles, identify patterns of behavior that indicate hostile intent, and even predict enemy movements based on historical data. These capabilities are particularly valuable in counterterrorism operations, where understanding enemy networks and behavior patterns is crucial for mission success. The psychological aspects of remote warfare deserve careful consideration. Drone operators experience unique stresses that differ from both traditional combat and civilian occupations. They might conduct lethal operations in the morning, then drive home to suburban neighborhoods and help their children with homework in the evening. This profound disconnect creates psychological challenges that military organizations are still learning to address effectively. Training for drone operations has evolved to address these unique requirements. Operators must develop skills in both technical systems operation and tactical decision-making. They need to understand the capabilities and limitations of their sensors, the effects of different weapon systems, and the legal and ethical frameworks governing their operations. The command and control architecture for drone operations is equally complex. Multiple operators might control a single aircraft during different phases of its mission. Intelligence analysts provide target information, weather specialists monitor environmental conditions, and commanders make strategic decisions about mission priorities. This distributed control model enables more effective use of human expertise. Communication delays present ongoing challenges. Even satellite communications introduce slight delays that can affect real-time operations. When a drone operator in Nevada is controlling an aircraft over Yemen, the delay between control inputs and aircraft response can be several seconds. This requires operators to anticipate aircraft behavior and meticulously plan their actions accordingly. The future of drone operations will likely see increased automation and AI integration. Fully autonomous weapons systems remain controversial, but semi-autonomous systems that can execute complex missions with minimal human oversight are already being developed. These systems will enable single operators to control multiple aircraft simultaneously, dramatically increasing operational efficiency. The trajectory of military drone development points toward increasingly autonomous systems that can operate with minimal human oversight. This evolution raises profound questions about the future of warfare, the ethics of killing, and the critical role of human decision-making in lethal operations. Current military drones are best described as semi-autonomous systems. They can execute complex missions independently, but human operators retain ultimate control over critical decisions, particularly those involving lethal force. This human-in-the-loop principle is a vital safeguard. However, technology exists today to create fully autonomous weapon systems that could identify, track, and engage targets without any direct human intervention. The technical capabilities for autonomous warfare are advancing rapidly. Machine learning algorithms can already identify and classify targets more accurately than human operators in many situations. Sophisticated computer vision systems can distinguish between combatants and civilians, identify specific vehicles or equipment, and even recognize individual faces with remarkable precision. Navigation and flight control systems can operate independently in contested environments where communication with human operators is impossible. The strategic implications of autonomous weapons are staggering. Fully autonomous systems could operate at speeds that far exceed human reaction times, making decisions and executing actions in milliseconds. This hyperspeed warfare creates a significant decision-making gap. They could also operate in environments too dangerous for human-controlled systems, such as areas with intense electronic warfare or nuclear contamination. Swarm warfare represents the logical extension of autonomous weapons technology. Large numbers of autonomous drones could coordinate their actions to overwhelm enemy defenses, adapt instantly to changing tactical situations, and achieve objectives impossible for human-controlled systems. These swarms could potentially operate for extended periods without human oversight, making tactical decisions based on pre-programmed objectives and real-time sensor data. However, the development of autonomous weapons raises serious ethical and legal concerns. International humanitarian law requires that weapons systems be capable of distinguishing between combatants and civilians, but it's unclear if current AI technology can make these distinctions reliably in complex real-world situations. The prospect of machines making life-and-death decisions without human oversight challenges moral responsibility and creates a profound accountability gap. The proliferation risks associated with autonomous weapons are equally concerning. Unlike nuclear weapons, which require sophisticated infrastructure and rare materials, autonomous weapons could potentially be developed by any nation or even non-state organization with access to commercial AI technology and readily available manufacturing capabilities. This ease of access could lead to rapid, destabilizing proliferation. International efforts to regulate autonomous weapons have made limited progress. Some nations advocate for a complete ban on lethal autonomous weapon systems, arguing machines should never decide who lives or dies. Others argue such systems could actually reduce civilian casualties by making more precise targeting decisions. The technical complexity of these systems makes verification and compliance monitoring extremely challenging. The military advantages of autonomous systems are driving continued development despite these concerns. Nations that fail to develop autonomous weapons capabilities risk being at a significant disadvantage against adversaries that do. This creates intense pressure for an autonomous weapons arms race that could be difficult to control once it begins, potentially escalating global tensions. The future battlefield may see a mixture of autonomous and human-controlled systems working together in a sophisticated human-machine teaming model. Human operators might provide high-level strategic guidance while autonomous systems handle tactical execution. This could combine the unparalleled speed and precision of machines with the irreplaceable judgment and moral reasoning of humans. The timeline for fully autonomous weapons deployment remains uncertain. Technical challenges in areas like robust target identification, complex rules of engagement implementation, and foolproof fail-safe mechanisms continue to limit current capabilities. However, the rapid pace of AI development suggests these limitations may be overcome within the next decade, making urgent international dialogue and regulation essential. The true measure of military drone effectiveness lies not merely in technical specifications, but in their undeniable performance in actual combat operations. Over the past 2 decades, drones have fundamentally reshaped modern warfare, proving their immense value across a spectrum of conflicts. The protracted counterterrorism campaigns in Afghanistan, Iraq, and other volatile regions have served as extensive real-world proving grounds for drone capabilities. These complex operational environments have starkly demonstrated both the immense potential and inherent limitations of unmanned systems. In Afghanistan, drones proved invaluable for persistent surveillance of suspected terrorist compounds. Their ability to maintain continuous observation for days or weeks without risking human pilots revolutionized intelligence collection. This allowed analysts to meticulously map terrorist networks, identify key leaders, and understand operational patterns. The precision strike capabilities of combat drones have been demonstrated in hundreds of operations. Their unique ability to eliminate specific individuals with pinpoint accuracy, while drastically minimizing collateral damage, has proven particularly valuable in dense urban environments. However, these operations have also highlighted the persistent challenges of positive target identification and the profound political sensitivities surrounding civilian casualties. Moving into more conventional warfare scenarios, drone operations in Syria and Iraq against ISIS provided compelling evidence of unmanned systems effectiveness. Drones offered continuous wide-area surveillance of ISIS positions, providing coalition forces with an unprecedented real-time picture of the battlefield. This enabled them to track enemy movements, coordinate ground operations, and conduct targeted strikes that disrupted ISIS command and control. Perhaps one of the most stark demonstrations of drone warfare's devastating effectiveness was the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan's strategic deployment of advanced Turkish and Israeli drones proved to be a game-changer. These relatively inexpensive unmanned systems systematically identified and destroyed vastly more expensive Armenian armor, artillery, and sophisticated air defense systems. This conflict served as a chilling preview of how modern battlefields could be dominated by swarms of drones, fundamentally altering the balance of power. Beyond direct combat, the versatility of military drone technology has also been powerfully demonstrated through its humanitarian applications. During natural disasters, military drones have proven indispensable, providing rapid damage assessment, critical search, and rescue support. These peacetime operations vividly illustrate how military innovations can be repurposed to provide immense civilian benefits and save lives. The unprecedented challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic further showcase the adaptability of drone technology. Military drones were swiftly adapted for rapid delivery of essential medical supplies, lockdown enforcement, and aerial monitoring for public health compliance. These innovative applications underscored the significant potential for dual-use drone technology. Intelligence gathering operations, perhaps more than any other domain, have benefited enormously from drone capabilities. The unparalleled ability to conduct persistent, long-duration surveillance over vast areas without risking human assets has revolutionized intelligence collection. This allows agencies to monitor adversary activities, track weapons proliferation, and provide real-time information for diplomatic negotiations. Similarly, counter-narcotics operations have extensively integrated drone technology. They are deployed for wide-area border surveillance, monitoring known trafficking routes, and providing overwatch for interdiction efforts. The drone's capacity to monitor vast areas for extended periods has proven more effective than traditional patrol methods, while reducing risks to personnel. Maritime applications have also showcased the profound effectiveness of drones in naval operations. Unmanned systems conduct anti-piracy patrols, monitor shipping lanes, and provide over-the-horizon surveillance for naval forces. These capabilities have proven particularly valuable in areas like the Gulf of Aden and the highly contested South China Sea. The invaluable lessons gleaned from these diverse real-world applications continue to drive both drone development and operational concepts. Every success highlights capabilities for enhancement, while every failure points to areas demanding urgent attention through improved technology or tactics. This iterative process of learning and adaptation is key to their ongoing evolution. Looking forward, ongoing conflicts and emerging geopolitical challenges will continue serving as testing grounds for new drone technologies. The rapid pace of technological development means today's cutting-edge systems will likely seem primitive compared to future capabilities. The future of warfare and many aspects of civilian life will be shaped by the continued evolution of these remarkable unmanned systems. As we conclude our exploration, it's clear we're witnessing a transformation as significant as the introduction of gunpowder, aircraft, or nuclear weapons. This isn't merely incremental change, it's a paradigm shift. These systems have fundamentally altered the strategic landscape, creating unprecedented possibilities. The speed at which this transformation is unfolding is truly remarkable. The technical achievements we've examined represent just the nascent stages of this technological revolution. The convergence of artificial intelligence, advanced sensors, and global communications has forged capabilities that seemed like science fiction decades ago. We're talking about real-time intelligence gathering from thousands of miles away, precision strikes with minimal collateral damage, all evolving exponentially. The strategic implications extend far beyond immediate tactical advantages offered by unmanned systems. Drones have lowered barriers to military intervention by reducing political costs associated with potential casualties among a nation's own forces. This has enabled new forms of warfare that transcend traditional geographic boundaries, allowing global power projection with unprecedented reach. This changes the calculus for decision-makers in profound ways. Furthermore, drone technology proliferation has effectively democratized advanced military capabilities. Sophisticated capabilities, once exclusive to advanced nations, are now increasingly accessible to smaller states and even non-state actors. This widespread availability has created entirely new security challenges, fostering asymmetric warfare scenarios and destabilizing traditional military balances. The playing field, once clearly defined, is now far more complex. Consequently, the ethical and legal frameworks governing drone warfare are in constant evolution. Military forces, policymakers, and international organizations are grappling intensely with the profound implications of remote warfare. The ability to conduct lethal operations from thousands of miles away challenges traditional concepts of sovereignty, accountability, and laws of armed conflict. Questions surrounding civilian casualties, proportionality, and psychological impact on operators are at the forefront of these debates. The future promises even more dramatic and potentially disruptive developments. Fully autonomous weapons systems, large-scale drone swarms, and AI-powered decision-making will likely transform warfare in unimaginable ways. Nations that successfully adapt, embracing innovation and rethinking doctrine, will gain significant strategic advantages, while others risk obsolescence. Beyond the battlefield, civilian applications of military drone technology continue expanding at an astonishing rate. From disaster response to medical delivery, agriculture, and infrastructure inspection, military innovations find diverse applications improving civilian life worldwide. This technological spillover is a powerful testament to their versatility. The arms race in drone technology shows no signs of slowing. In fact, it's accelerating. As defensive systems improve to counter drone capabilities, offensive systems will inevitably evolve to overcome these new defenses. This relentless cycle will likely intensify as more nations and non-state organizations invest heavily in unmanned systems research and development. It's a continuous technological arms race with no clear finish line. International cooperation will be absolutely crucial for effectively managing the challenges and opportunities created by drone proliferation. Establishing shared standards, common procedures, and coordinated regulatory frameworks will be necessary to prevent conflicts and ensure technology serves humanitarian objectives. Without global collaboration, the potential for misuse and unintended consequences grows exponentially. Despite increasing automation and sophistication, the human element remains undeniably crucial. The most effective drone operations combine machine speed and precision with irreplaceable human judgment, creativity, and moral reasoning. Training, doctrine, and organizational structures must evolve rapidly to maximize these vital human-machine partnerships. Military drones represent far more than new weapons systems. They are harbingers of fundamental transformation in how nations compete, cooperate, and conflict. Understanding these complex systems and their implications is crucial for anyone seeking to comprehend the evolving nature of international security and modern warfare. The drone revolution is far from over. In many ways, it's just beginning. The systems we've examined today will likely seem primitive compared to capabilities that will emerge in coming decades. But the foundation has been laid for a new era of warfare that will challenge assumptions, test institutions, and reshape the global security environment in ways we're only beginning to understand. Thanks for watching. If you found this exploration of military drones insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more thought-provoking content. Your support helps us continue these vital discussions. Until next time, stay curious. The world of military drones evolves at a breathtaking pace. Staying informed about these rapid developments is crucial for understanding the future of international security, global stability, and modern warfare itself. Your active engagement through comments, questions, and discussions is vital. It helps build a community of informed citizens contributing to the important debates surrounding these powerful technologies. Share your thoughts on drone technology and its profound implications for warfare in the comments below. What aspects concern you most? What benefits do you envision? How should international law evolve to address these new capabilities? These conversations matter immensely. Decisions made today regarding drone development, deployment, and regulation will profoundly shape the security environment for decades to come. An informed public is essential for ensuring these powerful technologies serve broader human interests and ethical considerations, rather than simply advancing narrow military objectives. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep questioning. The future of warfare and peace may depend on it.